Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Going to do a update video. Um, Let everybody know where we're at. We are 2 treatments in chemo for this lymphoma that I've got in my bones. Had the second treatment not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that. It went very good. Like I said on the last video, my back was the big problem. Pain in lower back prevent me from really functioning for about a month. My poor wife had to take care of me and our 1-year-old Stanky. She did a great job. Thank you so much, Billy. You're you're way better than I deserve. I love you. We're had like I said Wednesday before this past, had second treatment. It was no vomiting, thank the Lord. A little bit of nausea. Other than that, just very tired. And that carried through the weekend, and this past Monday started feeling a whole lot better. And actually got to do some work this week for the first time, like some real work. Daddy and Wes have been by ourselves at the shop, bless her heart, and having to do everything. So very thankful we could get back and help out a little bit. So we'll have a full week this week and then back in for a third treatment. And they've told me that after the third treatment, we'll do a PET scan to see how the chemo is. My wife, Billy, she's always going like Pac-Man. That's what she pictures the chemo doing to the cancer because she's a goober. But so we're going to see how Pac-Man's doing on eating up cancer and getting rid of it. And then, Lord willing, 3 more treatments, and we should be in pretty good shape. So very excited to get to, hate to say I'm wishing my life away, but very excited to get to December and get this behind us. At least get back feeling good. I don't want to wish through it and not see, and miss what God's trying to show me. He's already shown me several things. Never been so thankful for anything in my life. As far as people who've helped out, brother-in-law Jake and friend Chad both came and mowed our yard. My daddy mowed my yard. Just appreciate them taking time out and helping out because I couldn't get on the lawnmower because of my back. And it's definitely learned to take help when you get it, or actually ask for help sometimes. So that's good. But we'll just keep searching for what he's trying to show us through this, and hopefully he will use it, use the story, impact somebody. I was gonna run down. I know Billy said that she had made a Facebook post about how we started, but I wanted to run back through that real quick. And just tell you, and the reason I want to do this is the first time I told it to a friend of mine from church. He was like, I've been having some pain, so maybe I said, yeah, just go get checked out. You never know. So back in February, we were tearing out a set of cabinets, remodeling a kitchen for some friends of ours. Actually, I grew up with their son, went to school with him. We're tearing out their kitchen. And I was pulling on a wall cabinet hanging out. It was like a peninsula come out into the kitchen, and I was pulling on it like at an angle. And a couple days later, I had really bad pain, like in my right chest, my side, and then around back. It was just like perfect line, basically like a rib, but I thought it was muscle. And I looked it up on WebMD because that's where you go to really get scared to death by all the stuff they say it's wrong with you, but don't go to WebMD. No, I went to WebMD and a couple other sites, just like, why am I hurting so bad? It sounded like tore muscle. So it said it'd go away in a few weeks. And I tore it real good. Well, a few weeks went by, still having trouble. Basically about a month and a half, I had just, it was really bad. Like I sneeze, it put me on my knees. It hurt so bad. And I mean, take me a few minutes to get up, like just like I was praying, which I was several times, Um, it was hurting me really bad. Went to chiropractor because my back was out of whack too, and he felt like he had some movement whenever he adjusted me in that rib, and I'm like, well, that's why I've been hurting so much. And then we messed around, and Billy punched me one day, and I felt something move, and she had re-injured my rib, punched me in the chest, so I had to go back, and I had forgot about that. My chiropractor actually said, yeah, I remember your wife punched you in your chest, and it flared back up. I was like, she dang sure did. This is her fault. No, but she got me good, and it did re-injure it, but it kind of healed up, but it always bothered me, like kept bothering me ever since February. Just every couple weeks, feel like I'd re-injure it or something else would be injured. I'd be hurting somewhere real bad, like where I'd have to miss a day of work. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I asked some of my friends, I was like, man, do you hurt all the time? You know, about the same age. And they're like, man, hurt all the time. And I kept asking, and I'm like, well, I'm just a pansy. Like, this is a problem. Like, I got to get over this. So quit whining about it. And I remember thinking, like, what will 50 years old be like? Like, how do people older than I am even get out of bed in the morning? Because I was having so much trouble getting going. It'd take about 45 minutes before I got loosened up in the mornings. Well, finally in May, I got a stomach virus. And it was really bad. Very dehydrated. Sunday afternoon, I told my wife, I said, Billy, we're going to have to go get fluids at the hospital. She's like, you don't want to do that? Last time you went and got fluids, you said you'd never do it again because it cost so much. I said, I know what I said, but I don't care right now. Like, I can't get over this sipping water. I've got to go back to work. I don't care what it costs. Like, it's going to cost us, but it is what it is. She's like, fine, okay. So we went, and I had it figured out. I knew what I was going to do. But they got me some fluids, and they come back in there. They're like, we're going to do a chest X-ray. I said, no, you're not doing a chest X-ray. I'm not getting charged for that. I've already been that route before, got charged for it, and I just need fluids. So I was real proud of myself, because I planned on telling them no. And by nature, I'm just agreeable. Like, normally I would just go along with it just because I don't like telling people no. In that situation, I just, just trying to, I don't like confrontation. But told them no, and I was real proud of myself. But as soon as I said that, I thought to myself, watch, I'm so proud of myself that I just saved myself some money. There's probably something on that X-ray that needed to be seen. And I was like, well, that's just bad thinking. Don't worry about it. We know that this is just fluids and all that stuff. Well, thank the Lord, a month and a half later, I woke up in the middle of the night with chest pains on the left side of my chest. Or you're right. Left side of my chest, really bad. I was like, darn, this is a pulled muscle, but man, it's hurt like I've never hurt before for a pulled muscle. And next morning, Billy didn't care she wasn't worried about it because she has a huge life insurance policy on me. But my parents insisted, hilarious. My parents insisted, no, Billy did too, that I go get my blood pressure checked, and it was really high. They said, you need to go to the emergency room. I said, I ain't going to the emergency room. So I called my primary care doctor, and she asked me what my blood pressure was, and I told her, and she said, you need to go to the emergency room. And I said, all right, I'm going to the emergency room. So go to the emergency room, pulled muscle. But this time I couldn't say, well, I'm not doing a chest X-ray. I had to do chest X-ray. 2 days later, get a call from my primary care doctor. Apparently, in that system, they see the scan come through. Called, said, we've got a incidental finding. We need you to go back and get another scan. I was like, all right, where have I got to go? And told me, I said, all right, I'll go in the morning. So I went and got the other scan, and they told me on the phone, right, it's probably just a nipple shadow. And I'm like, what? That's what they said. So when I come down here to get the scan, got it done at Wadesboro, they said, yeah, it's probably just a nipple shadow. And I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? And so they put this little thing on me, and they did the scan again, and apparently it's common to have nipple shadows. Well, this wasn't a nipple shadow. So did that scan that morning, and that afternoon, I think it was a Friday, they called, said, you and your wife need to come up to doctor's office, primary care. And so Billy started really worrying. We go up there, and they said, yeah, this looks like you've got something at the base of your right lung. And it's like, wow. they said, we need you to do another scan. I was like, okay. And talked about a whole bunch of stuff, but that's basically the gist of the appointment. Go for another scan. I think we ended up going for 2 more scans. Different types. I can't remember all of them. And then we got, after I think the second scan, or 4th scan total, they called, said, or actually I just got a text message and it said, you have an appointment with oncologist. And I'm like, what in the world is this? And doctor's office hadn't even called me yet. So I called up there. I was like, hey, they're saying I've got an appointment with an oncologist. And they're like, yep. I backtrack. We had a second appointment with my primary care doctor and they said, we don't think it's anything. It was actually on my bone. And I was like, well, that's where I messed up my rib. You know, it was out of socket, and I'd messed up all the way around. That was a whole pulled muscle thing that started all this pain and all that good stuff. And the doctor, our primary care doctor, actually said, yeah, I don't feel like it's anything either, because it's not in the lung. It's definitely on the rib. I missed it. I'm sorry. But he said it's on your rib. So he said, y'all can pursue this or not. He said, I'm not real concerned about it. But I told him, well, you know, we've already just about blown our deductible out of the water, so let's just go ahead and smash this thing all to pieces. And it was hilarious when it was said. But my wife said something else. But oh yeah, she said that well, we do have a 10-month-old at home. I was like, yeah, I guess that's a good yeah, I guess that's a good reason to go ahead and do it too. But no, let's go ahead and get everything checked out. And that led to the that actually led to the the 4th scan and the appointment with the oncologist. And so we met with the oncologist, and he said he really didn't have anything good to say. He actually thought that it was something that was not, that was a lot worse. He looked at Billy and said, well, because she had asked, you know, like, what are you thinking? Like, you know, where do you think we're going to be? He's like, you look good. You'll be here at Christmas. And yeah, my wife, I was like, oh gosh. So I told the doctor, I said, look, tell us everything, and let's answer every question, because if not, my wife's going to fall apart when we leave this office. Like, she's going to fall apart. Like, we need to know, what are the odds of this? Yes, and it was a long conversation, but we didn't, he never got to the point, he was a realist, he never got to the point where he was going to say, you know, 50% chance of dead New Year's, or 50% chance this is something we can completely cure. He honestly, it was much more on the negative side. So it was not a good appointment. Scheduled me for a bone biopsy up at Charlotte. Went and got the bone biopsy. Apparently, whenever they did it, where they drilled, it was one of the spots where the cancer is, and it actually, the bone was so weak there was a lot of it fragmented. There was so much fragmentation, they had trouble actually like getting a sure enough bead on what type of cancer it is. But they said they were 95% sure. So we believe it's the large diffuse large B cell lymphoma. Next week had to do a bone marrow biopsy in office at Monroe. Don't do that. Like, if they say, hey, we need to do a bone marrow, tell them, I want you to put me out, because that went from, it was like 72 degrees in that room, which was a little warm, but I was comfortable, but I went from comfortable to sweating through my clothes in about 3 minutes, because it was very painful. So just go ahead, and I hope nobody has to go through that, but if you do, tell them, hey, put me out. It was not fun, and that was the day that actually my back pain really kicked in. But either way, had that done, and then the following week we started chemo, and so now we're, was it 6 weeks? No, 5 weeks in, 6 weeks in, and man, it's been incredible. What I learned through that is, if you're having pain, speak up, and if you keep having pain, just, you know, It's not convenient, but please don't push it off. I mean, it just don't push it off where it gets bad enough like it got bad for me. You know, if I had not been so confident myself, whenever we had the stomach issue, we might not have ever got to the point where I was, you know, pretty much couldn't walk for a month. And that put extra work on my wife, and stressed her out. But I mean, some stuff's avoidable if you just swallow your pride. Anyways, we're on the road to recovery, and we're very thankful. Everybody who has text messaged me or called me, thank you so much for it. Last Sunday, you know, I had chemo Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the bed. Saturday, starting to feel a little bit better. Sunday, spiritually, like I just woke up in a funk. Could not get out of it. Logically thinking, like, why am I just, I felt so disconnected from the Lord. Like, my thinking was just not where he had to bring me out of to begin with, you know, pre-salvation, pre knowing who Jesus is. Basically the old me come right back up. I've had that happen, you know, it's gonna happen. But Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, still in that slump, and somebody texted me, and it meant the world to me. It was right when I needed it. It helped. Whatever was going on, it helped me remember everything that's been done for me. Jesus, everybody who's helped us, my wife, my baby, I'd say it really goes a long way. You never know how you might impact somebody just by shooting a text message or calling them. So thank you so much. Trying to think if there was anything I left off. I know there's a bunch of stuff that I always think of I want to share. I guess I have to start making notes if anybody keeps, you know, if people keep watching the videos, but just want to share. Maybe it changes somebody's perspective. Maybe it's, you know, the right after we got diagnosed, I saw an old friend hadn't seen in a long time, and his reaction to us having this cancer diagnosis, it impacted him. Just him finding out that we had it. And I'm not sure about the context, but I know it's impacted him. So I'm thankful the Lord let me see that, and I trust the Lord's using it to impact other people. If it's His will, you can't never tell how you might change somebody's day. Anyways, well, I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.